Welcome to the stream, everybody. I'm your host, Regan here, and I've got Big Bri with me right now. Brian, how you doing, buddy?
Doing well. Getting myself mentally ready for later.
Good deal. Yeah, it's probably good now to kind of be doing this. That way you kind of keep your head in the right place. You're not like stressing about it. You ready for this game tonight?
I'm ready. I've been in practice mode for like an hour. I need to get out of it though, and not try to get too crazy here.
Good deal. Yeah, man. So let's go ahead and get right down to it. We got the Chicago Bears facing off against their bitter playoff rivals, the Washington Redskins. I believe Jack knocked him out of the playoffs last year. What do you see happening here? What are some of your keys to the game?
You got Jack's defense is unbelievable. His self-coined no-fly zone, the number one pass defense, number one total defense, 14 points a game. Only give up 247 in the air. Number one or 173 in the air, 247 total. Number 7 rush out, rush defense, and can this backup quarterback for Tosh get it done? He's going to have to move around. He's going to have to do some different things here. But the storyline going into this thing is, can the quarterback get it done? You're a 15-1 team and you lose Carson Wentz. They beat him earlier in the year. Now it's truly see how good Tosh is here, if he can if he can beat Jack with his 14-2.
You said 14-2. You broke up there for a second. Okay. Well, we had Brian, and he is now gone. So let's see if I can get a hold of him. Can you hear me, Brian? Okay. We seem to be having a little issue with the sound here. Give us just 1 second. All right. Can you hear me? Nope. Perfect. Okay. All right, folks. Sorry for the delay here. I'm not sure what's going on with the sound. However, what we will do is I'll go ahead and...
We're back. We're back.
He's back.
Yep. We had got to do it on the phone this time, and the girlfriend called, so we're told her that we can't talk tonight. Got 2 big games.
Gotcha. Okay.
But as I was saying, I think Tosh wins this, and he's the guy, that goes down as maybe the best win of all time.
Wow, that's a pretty big total that he could carry.
14-2, you're playing a 14-2 team. You're 15-1. You got a backup quarterback. I mean, you win that game against the defending Super Bowl champs. There's not much anybody else can say.
And I believe Tariq Cohen does come back for him this game, so that's going to be a big get for him. He's got this rookie quarterback. He's got plenty of weapons. He's got Hanson Lambert, the wide receiver, really fast wide receiver out of Ohio State. He's got Hanson Lambert. He's got Javon Goss, the pick out of Florida this year, went up to superstar, 88 overall wide receiver. And of course, Allen Robinson's still there. He's got weapons. And then Karstens, can't forget about the tight end. So he's got weapons. Like you said, the key for Tosh is going to see how well can this guy perform in the clutch. He seemed to get it done late in the game versus the Packers. Made some nice throws to Karsten in the down the seam. Couple really nice throws. Good run. He had a big jaunt for about 30 yards. But again, the question is just going to be, can he get consistent gains against that Redskins secondary?
Exactly, and you got to think Lambert and Goss get neutralized here, and Nick eating crow a little bit with his tight ends don't matter. Karsten lit him up at the end, and I think
Yeah,
Karsten has to be the guy today. He's got to be the one to get open. If you can get Karsten going, you got a shot. But it's going to be a security blanket for him.
most definitely. That is clutch. And it seems like they have a nice little bit of chemistry there, that rookie and Karstens. Uh, that's always good for I believe Ace said it on the stream last night, is that's so critical for a young quarterback is to have a safety blanket there at tight end to be able to go to him. And he's a big body, 6'6". I mean, he's got two huge targets in Karstens at 6'6", and also Goss at 6'6". And then he's got the little speedster to throw to in Lambert. Like, weapons for days, especially with Cohen coming back too. He can go to that
He
run
he
game.
he most definitely has the weapons, and now it's just can those weapons get open? But the size is huge. 6'2", 6'6". He can that quarterback can miss and still have still give them a shot. Even though he might throw balls over the top, Goss and Karstens they'll go up and get it.
Definitely. The question is, can he get it there? If he can get it there, Karstens is going to get it, because that's the one that might be the biggest mismatch in this entire game is at halfback and at tight end. Those two niche players, because you know that those two stud corners on the outside are going to lock down his receivers, but can he get those mismatch type players like the halfback and the tight end, which you get pretty good production out of, Brian. I'll give you that. Uh,
Yeah. Using the halfback in the pass game can be effective. That's for sure.
Especially a guy like Cohen. He's a little scat back, real quick, tough to catch in the open field.
He's built. Cohen's built for this. Scarborough, even though he's a 73 overall, I played him. I couldn't tackle him. On first contact most times. So he has his downhill guy. He's got his scat back. He's got his pass guy. Now it's just whether or not can this kid make the plays to get those guys the ball. And I fully expect to see him use his feet a good amount in this game, and
Definitely.
not just to run, but just to move the pocket, take a little bit of out of with
Sorry.
Leach there, and just
And what do you think is going to be one of the keys for the game for the Redskins? Because we have talked a lot about getting the stream set over now. We had a little bit of an ad, so we had to mute the stream. But what do you think one of the keys to the game for the Redskins are? We've talked a lot about the Chicago team, what they can do to win. I mean, we can't ignore the fact that Tosh has an insane defense. So what are some of the things that the Redskins are going to need to do in order to win this game?
I think they have the running backs. I actually took Barry Hunden off the practice squad. He didn't even use him. He's got Redskins have Moot Compton out. He was he was the replacement for Geis. Had a great year, but he's out with an injury. But he still keeps it rolling with these backs that just stink. I don't know how he does it, but he does. He keeps it rolling, and he's going to have to probably run for 100 yards, and he's going to have a day where the quarterback. And I'm drawing a blank who he's got there. Not Foles, but is it Foles? Who's the quarterback?
Oh, he has Rosen.
It's Rosen. Can Rosen get it done? Rosen wasn't very good in Arizona, but can Rosen make the plays? And Tosh is so he'll show you different things. He'll give you a lot of different looks. I think he's probably the best coach in that aspect in this league. He does things that you're not used to doing. You and him very similar in that vein. So can he score through the air, and can he get his 100 yards rushing? If Jack can do that, it's going to be tough for Tosh to score with him.
I would agree. And we got the game going. Do you got the Twitch stream up for Jack?
Yep,
Y'all
I
good to
got it
go?
up.
Perfect.
Got it
All
on the big
right.
screen.
Good deal. And here we go. Bears kick off in Soldier Field. Redskins return to start the game. Number 11 taking the ball up to around the 29-yard line.
And here we're going to see right away, does he just try to pound the rock, or does he try to take some shots early on?
Rosen stepping up to the line. Balance set, single back behind him. Fakes the run flip. And goes to the play action. Dropping back to pass. Wild throw for the hands of his running back. Brings up 2nd and 10.
And that was, I wanted to see, was he going to come out running the football? Was he going to try to throw it? I like the play action on first down to start a drive, but he wasn't able to, this is the Rosen we don't like, and he wasn't able to get it there.
And it looked like there was just a little bit of a miscommunication there from the halfback and the quarterback. He looked like he was trying to get it out to him, but he looked like he stopped his route a little bit shorter than Rosen wanted. He wanted him to continue it out to the sideline. Sometimes with a loud crowd, that can get you. Rosen dropping back again, and a nice swat. Roquan Smith on the play.
And there's Tosh, his user swat from the middle linebacker position. I don't know if anybody else does it better in this league. Surprised, Rosen coming out, throwing twice in a row.
Looks like they're trying to capitalize on that, on the Bears' pass defense early.
Yeah, I saw him comment that he didn't think it was very good. I had to disagree. I think it's one of the best,
especially scheme-wise. And there's a huge hit again by that same guy, Roquan. Punched Webb's teeth in there on the 38-yard line, brings up 4th and 1.
That's a huge stop. 3 passes. Jack's been here before, so I can't imagine that he's rattled at all. But shocked to see him go to the air 3 times in a row.
Here's a big punt. Drops down, nice friendly bounce for the Redskins. Goes down at about the 6-yard line, and that's where they'll start their drive.
I'm excited to see the rookie here, see what he can do.
And I believe we're gonna see which quarterback he brings out here.
Looks like Finney.
It does. Finney played nicely against the pack. He's going to get the start here. Carson's in motion, going left. Dropping back to pass. Hits Carson's over the middle. Gained about 2 yards on the play.
And that's, there it is, the tight end right away. Get him going, get him an easy completion. Let him get comfortable out there. Soze was apparently played the Redskins twice, was 0-2 against him. The one time the Tosh was able to beat Jack was a win with Wentz this season in a 46-44 shootout. So Finney had to be the guy here.
And Finney's got some wheels on him too. He adds that third dimension to the attack with the being able to scramble. 86 speed, I believe, really good acceleration. And here's Cohen out of the backfield for a huge jaunt up to the 27-yard line. Gain of 20 yards on the play.
That zone game's going to be huge, I think. Jack's got to worry about Finney running. He just, the 86 speed, like you said, he's got to be worried about it. And it adds another dimension to the offense. And Cohen can be the guy to get you big yards there. And I think we're going to see a lot of zone, a lot of inside zone, a lot of read option.
And I do know when you got an athletic quarterback, it forces you to play the option very conservatively because you have to watch that quarterback be in an open field. And dropping back to pass on first down. Big play for Lambert. Perfect touch on the play by Finney. Beautiful pass outside on the wheel route, and that's a first down, Chicago.
And hey, Finney throwing the ball downfield here to start. I didn't see it coming, but obviously Tosh knows he's got to go score, and he's not going to play completely conservative. He's going to let the kid take some shots. That's a huge play.
Coming out in the run set, looks like a good look to go to the ball or go to the air. And he's got the I form on this play, 1st and 10. Making a check at the line. Finney getting an audible. Looks like he flips the play, moving Karstens over to the left. Still making checks at the line. Play clock at 2, 1. Barely gets the ball off and somehow gets it to Karstens. Looks like might have done the little double tap on the A button.
Yeah, he might have been losing his mind there, thinking he was going to get a delay of game and just hit it twice too quickly, and got lucky. That could have been a bad situation for him getting rid of the ball like that.
Hey, 8 free yards. I'm sure he'll take it.
Exactly. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Absolutely. Finney coming back to the line. That lucky guy handing off to Bo Scarborough. Power back for this Chicago team. Gets him a 1st down. Ball down to the 15-yard line.
And this is what he does. He's gonna get Cohen involved in shotgun. He's gonna get Cohen involved going outside, and then you're gonna get Scarborough downhill. And it's the basically 3-headed monster of with Finney now of having no idea where the ball's going when he's running.
Sounds good. And Brian, if you could do me a favor and keep an eye out on that the YouTube chat. If you can pull up the stream and kind of have it playing in the background, and that way let us know if we have any questions that come in. Guys, if you want to go ahead and drop a comment in the chat, we'll answer your questions here on stream. You got Big Brian here. If you got any questions for the man himself or myself who got clapped by Brian a couple days ago, we will totally answer all your questions here on the stream.
We'll answer most of them.
Yeah, unless it's about Boone. We don't answer questions from Boone, right?
No Boone questions.
Oh, man. Finney coming to the line. 2nd and 7 in the red zone at the 12-yard line. Coming out in the gun. Moves Karstens in motion, going left. Takes the snap, hands off a zone play to Cohen. Swallowed up quick at the line.
And that's, he's going to try to get the ball outside. That was the read option, and maybe Jack's playing it safe and not letting the quarterback beat him. I know when I play you, I say I'm going to let everybody but Lamar beat me, and, that may be his game plan.
It's what you have to do, because with the quarterback as athletic as Finney is, you can't let him out into the open field. Finney looking to make something happen, rolling right, and he's sacked. Loss of 6 on the play. Farmer.
And that's tough. He was moving around. He had the, we call it a snag route. He had that little slant and stop there for, a 4-yard gain that he could have maybe turned into a 1st down. I don't know if he didn't see it, didn't want to throw it because it was short, but he wasn't able to get it. I'd like to see Finney take off there, but he takes the easy 3 and gets a lead.
There was pretty good contain on him, too. There looked like there was one of the players in zone dropped down to make sure he didn't get any extra yards on the rush.
And Jack may be playing a spy. It's something you gotta practice. You gotta get good at moving in the pocket like that and trying to take off. When you got lanes, it's not something that is easy. Comes easily, I think, to anybody.
Definitely not. It took me. Because usually it's so easy to just run into a man or run into a guy just as he sheds off a block. That's so infuriating because it's tough when you almost have to anticipate the block shed and be already moving, because by the time the guy sheds his block, he's already at you full speed by the time you're just taking off. So it is really difficult to try and time it just right to where you've got a little bit of momentum to get away from the lineman.
Exactly. And you've mastered it, but it's not easy.
Well, it's easy to master it when you got a 95-speed quarterback.
Trade him to me. I'll take him.
All right. That's, I can guarantee you that's probably one move that will not happen, but, it's one can dream, right?
I would love it. But that's not happening. Chico's got some wheels. He can move a little bit. He gets it done sometimes.
Wait, didn't you have Mariota though?
I did, but I wasn't a runner I didn't figure it out till I got to Chico. I should have been more of a runner with Mariota.
Oh shoot, yeah, getting those because the read option was pretty garbage at the beginning of the cycle. I'll give you that. It took a couple updates for them to finally figure out what was going on with that.
And that it happens. Twice to the air here, though, it looks like.
Yep. Gets a nice little defensive play there. I think it was Cruikshank coming down to swat that away. No, it was Griffin. Griffin, excuse me.
And he's got 2 great safeties. I had Cruikshank on the Titans for a while. He had one of the craziest interception returns for a touchdown I've ever seen. Probably broke 10 tackles. That's somewhere in my clips. So he's got good safeties. And I'm shocked Jack here. You know, he's now passed it 5 times in 5 plays.
Looking to capitalize on an apparent weakness he sees. And Jack coming out in the gun. 3rd and 4. Making a check at the line. Takes the snap. Dropping back. Looking to fire on the post. And it is caught. Brings it down to the 41-yard line. Jacoby Webb with a nice play.
And that's a huge catch right there. You know, you go 3 and out 2 times in a row. That's not doing anything for your confidence going forward in this game. So he needed to get a first there. And now we're going to see him. He's got to run the ball here.
Comes out in a nice running formation with 2 tight ends. We'll see if we see it. And he goes to it. Stretch going left. Cuts it upfield. Nice lane. Gets a 9 yards. 10 yards on the play. King, number 33.
Yeah, King's now one of the few, one of the 2 guys he uses to run the ball. Looked like, Tasha took Rokon and kind of over pursued there, and didn't stay inside the ball. He was able to cut up that stretch.
There's a nice lane there, and he took advantage. Rosen, single back formation. Running again on 2nd down. Can't quite get the first. Doesn't look like he got much of a gain, but it makes it 3rd and inches on the 31-yard line.
And there's the safety, Cruikshank, with the stop. They had everybody up at the line of scrimmage. He knew a run was coming.
Brings him up to the line again. 3rd and inches. He's sending the house. Rosen making a check at the line. Beautiful running play, but a huge hit on the play. I think King got it, and yep, the refs say he did. Brings it up to the 30. 1st and 10, Redskins.
He snuck past the first there, and Tosh has got to, he can't go down here. It's not the end of the world going down 7-3, but you're probably not built to play catch up with a backup quarterback, even though we've seen him move the ball. You want to try to get him, hold him 3 on this one.
Heavy run set on the right for Rosen. Dropping back to pass out of it, though. Trying to scramble a little bit, under pressure. And misses the receiver on the outside. That was a tough catch.
And he had one of those tight ends in the middle of the field open for maybe a touchdown. If not, he was going to be down to the 5. But I think the pressure got to him. He was moving around. And like we said, it's hard to do. Move around in that pocket, look down the field, and he missed somebody.
Rosen lucky to be coming down and for 2nd down. He's under center, takes the snap. Fumble on the play by King. And it looks like the Bears have recovered. 1st and 10 Bears on their own 30.
That's enormous. You can't turn the ball over in big games like this. It's hard. It's hard if you get one turnover, and you hate to see that happen. But you're rolling with 65, 68, 70 overall running backs. You're probably going to get a few fumbles, especially when you got those linebackers coming down and hitting you, with hit sticks every time they have a chance.
For sure. And who was that on the hit that play? Was that Tomlinson or Roquan?
It looked like Roquan to me. It might have been Tomlinson. I wasn't able to get a good read on it, but it was a hell of a hit.
For sure. Times like that, you just force the ball out. There's not much you can do. Another huge hit on the play, but it looks like Goss comes down with the ball on the 42-yard line across midfield for Chicago.
That's a huge catch. Goss, hey, no fly zone so far. 2 big plays against them. Jack probably not liking what he sees.
No wild throws from the rookie quarterback Finney either. He is playing out of his mind right now. I believe he's 4 for 4. Cohen going right. Gets a nice little gain up to the 38-yard line. 2nd and 6.
Yeah, he's 4 for 4. Tosh is throwing the ball down down the field twice too. It's not just easy completions. Those two, the one long one on the wheel route to 12 is his speed guy, and then Goss there on the post. That's a tough throw. Those posts, that wheel, and they were both accurate.
Finney coming out in the gun. Bunch left. Making a check at the line. Takes the snap. Blitz coming. Firing out left, and it's intercepted. Anthony Byram with the pick. Shakes off a tackle, and he might be... No, he gets tackled by an offensive lineman at the 46-yard line. Huge play, though, for these Washington Redskins on the road.
And that is absolutely brutal. He got man blitz. He had one-on-one coverage, but like we said, this is the no-fly zone, and they're going to make plays. And it wasn't even the worst underthrown ball, but those guys don't catch anything thrown near them as cornerbacks. And that thing was almost taken back for a touchdown. So you go from getting a turnover, getting a stop, you're almost in the red zone. You got a chance to build a lead here, to giving it right back in great field position.
And the momentum back with the Redskins. They get a big run on 1st down for 7 yards with King trying to make up for that fumble he had earlier. Rosen coming out under center. Behind him in the backfield. Takes the snap, hands off to King, and he is walloped behind the line of scrimmage. Brings up 3rd and 5. Loss of 2 on the play.
And Nick said, tell Tosh to stop using his plays. I guess Tosh taking a little plays from Nick, and that's what you got to do. I know Tosh watches film. He probably watches more than me, and I basically watch all day. So, he's definitely probably got some things up his sleeve for this game to try to throw Jack off. But doesn't matter what your plays are when your quarterback can't throw them.
From what I've heard, Tosh has been looking. He said he watched in chat earlier. He said he watched Boone and my tape. He was looking for Boone for the passing plays and looking at mine for the running plays. He said trying to get a little bit of info, how to run some read options and a couple things to do with that mobile quarterback. Interesting, though. He's looking, and apparently taking plays from Nick now too. He's really trying to. It's a copycat league. If somebody does something well, you're gonna try and add it to your playbook.
Exactly. I sometimes I'm watching guys or I'm playing them, and I'm like, I feel like I'm playing myself. And I told Tosh, I was talking to him, I said, you should probably take a page from Boone's book, and it hurt me to say, really deeply hurt me, but it might work.
I can imagine that wasn't easy.
Nah, not at all.
Just like throwing for Rosen is right now, it's not too easy. Throws into double coverage again. Both linebackers almost had a hand on it. Brings up 3rd and 11.
And that's another user swat from Roquan and Tosh, and he almost jumped the drag, but he stayed back, and he was able to knock away that vertical to the tight end. That was a hell of a play.
And it sounds like we'll be having Mr. Nick Larson coming in as a sideline reporter here. Not sure when, but he will be coming in shortly. And what we missed on that play, do you want to catch us up, Brian?
Yeah, he went 4 verticals. He tried to hit the seam route, threw it into triple coverage, and it was almost picked off. The receiver got his hands on it, but he got mauled by 2 guys, and then another bear almost came in and took that thing off the ground.
Oh, wow.
But he was able to get the field goal and tie it up.
Lucky to get the ball back to get that field goal, huh? 3 points is better than no points.
Yeah, huge. Any point, this might be a any points matter type game.
Oh, tough tackle animation there for Lambert. Went down. It looked like he had open field in front of him and just kind of fell down.
Yeah, I thought he was out the gate there for a second. That would have been, getting points on special teams. That would have been huge for Tosh, because it's going to be tough just doing it with your offense. You're going to have to find some other ways.
Absolutely. If he
You
could
know,
have gotten that kick return touchdown, that would have been huge, taking the pressure off of Finney.
I look to him, run the ball here, try to get yourself going on the ground.
And he sure does. Goes to the run on first with Scarborough, but he doesn't get much on the play. Actually, doesn't get any gain at all. Brings up 2nd and 10.
And he ran that into he had 6 guys block, and he ran that into a 7-8 man box, and you just don't have the numbers there. It's going to be tough to run when he's loading the box like that, and you're in a 3 wide receiver set.
Cohen in the backfield with Finney, or whoever it is. Finney.
This is Finney.
Finney.
We got
okay.
lucky we didn't get the other quarterback because his name's impossible to pronounce.
For real. That was like Swick. Is it just
Swarze? I don't know.
Yeah, it's Sweeney, Sweezy, whatever.
Samsonite.
Samson Potato. We'll just call him Mr. S, like they do with the teachers at school with tough names.
Mr. S, Mr. Tosh.
Yeah, there you go. Finney making a check at the line. Making another check. Didn't like his previous check. Taking the snap out of the gun. And he is sacked on 2nd and 10. Will bring up a 3rd and long play. Donald Payne. Or Deron Payne out of Alabama, excuse me.
Yeah, Payne with the the bull rush. He just ran the tackle over. Tackle ended up on his ass. Watched Finney get destroyed, and he's probably apologizing to the huddle right now because you can't let your rookie take a hit like that from a guy like Payne. He's probably 350.
No doubt. 6 feet. I believe that he's a bigger bodied guy. Finney is. He's a little bit on the heavier side for 6 foot. Let's see. I'm looking in Daddy Leagues right now to get caught up. Yeah, Finney. He is 6 foot, 215. So he's a bigger bodied guy, but definitely shorter compared to Payne. Payne's 6'3", huge guy out of Alabama. They just breed him differently down there.
They sure do, and Finney they went to the air on 3rd down. Tosh had his guy on an out route, and Finney just it wasn't a bad overthrow, but it was just high enough where his guy couldn't get to it, forced a punt.
And a missed tackle by the Bears brings this punt out to the 40-yard line. Nice return by the Redskins.
Yeah, that's a huge return. He's got a short field again. You see if he can take advantage of it this time and get himself in the end zone.
This Bears defense sure has stepped up to help out their rookie quarterback coming in for Wentz, huh?
Yeah, no, if they can hold them to under 17, they've got a shot. You got to think he can get himself to maybe 20 points, get another field goal, and that's got to be the goal here. But if this Bears defense if this Bears defense starts giving up touchdowns, it's going to be awfully tough for him to stay close.
Absolutely. Rosen coming to the line, trying to get the lead here in the 2nd quarter as time is winding down in the first half. Hands off to King. Trying to make something happen, but only falls forward for about 2 yards. Brings up 3rd and 8.
And this has been a quick half. The ball's been moving. There haven't been a lot of scores. We've stayed on the ground. Not a lot of incompletions other than that first drive for Jack. And this is the kind of game that Tosh wants to play. He wants to get this thing close as late as possible, giving himself a chance to win. And Jack's been here before. This is his 3rd straight NFC championship. He's a Super Bowl, returning Super Bowl champ. So I know he's not worried about it either way. He'll play close. He'll blow out. It does not matter for him.
Rosen looking to pass on 3rd and 8. Nice little cut up field. Gets the first across the 50-yard line. 1st and 10, Redskins.
And you just, on a short 3rd down conversion like that, you got to try to get some pressure, I think. You let him sit back there. He's going to hit one of those under routes for a big play.
Rosen taking the snap again with 2 tight ends on the field. Trying to roll left. Gets hit as he throws. Short pass. Brings up 2nd and 10.
And Boone says he called a Tosh championship at the beginning of the season, and he sees way too much running. Even though Rosen's went throwing the ball 11 times with 4 of them incomplete, so he's not doing enough for Boone through the air. But that's who he is. He's going to run the football, man. That's what he's done, and that's why he's a Super Bowl champ.
That's the truth. Rosen really hasn't looked too great. I mean, 4 for 11, like you said, really not doing anything too crazy there. And of course, a great pass, but dropped by his tight end Bucky Hodges in the seam route there in the middle of the field.
And that's not that's not what you want when you're 4 for 11. That can't help the confidence at all. Bucky Hodges is usually a dude. You got to be a dude when you're a tight end wearing number 7. But that's not what you like to see.
A single number sure is a confident move for a guy going to drop a pass like that, huh?
Very bold move.
Letting the clock run down here, really trying to not let Tosh have anything here at the beginning or the end of the first half. But a drop pass on that play does stop the clock with 1:27 to play at around the 50-yard line, and he is past the 40. He is past the 50, so he can punt this out of bounds if he wants, Brian.
He can, and I've learned that the hard way. Van will be watching every punt I have tonight because I think I did that to him twice, and when I finally did it right, he even yelled at me for doing it wrong. But he was it. But there, Jack did it right, and he was able to pin him in the 5. And now, can we see the young quarterback not make a mistake, get him in the half tied, maybe go get your points? But if I'm Tosh here, I'm just not doing anything crazy. I'm just playing it safe, and I'm going to take this 3-3 game into the half. I'm not going to try to make anything happen that puts me at risk to go down. And I know I'm probably driving Boone and Nick nuts with that, but it's just the way you got to play it.
And that's a good call because he does get the ball to start the second half. So you don't want to do anything to jeopardize putting yourself down and having to dig yourself out of a hole at the beginning of the second half. And there it is again. That shifty Cohen just can't be brought down by those bigger players. Gets up to the 20-yard line. Does that change your strategy at all, Brian?
I think you can open up a little more here. Jack was clearly playing pass. He was in cover 2 there. He thought that he was going to get a shot downfield, and it was a nice play call by Tosh.
Finney coming to the line, trying to make something happen. Looking to pass. Has a man over the middle. It's Goss. Gets it to the 40-yard line on the play. 1st and 10, Bears. They're marching.
And that's huge, absolutely huge. No fly zone. They played man there, and they got beat by the speed, by the big speed guy. He does it all, Mr. Goss.
What a hit on the quarterback there. I'm surprised he got up after that one.
Yeah, and you know what? That might have been better getting an incomplete pass there. Clock stops for Tosh there, but you can't get Finney hit like this over and over again. It's going to rattle the young guy.
May bring the backup out on the field. They'll switch it to Samsonite.
It's Mr. Samsonite.
Finney dropping back to pass on 2nd and 10. He's got some space. And overthrows a receiver as Karsten. It's hard to overthrow that man, too. He is a big guy.
He's enormous, but I think he put that ball in the first row of the Soldier Field. And that's where Tosh he's not used to running outside the pocket and throwing much. You got to set your feet there. He had time, and I know you're thinking you don't because you're running, but just set your feet and deliver a good ball. Don't try to throw that on the run. I think the only guy that can do that is probably your Mr. Lamar.
And even then, it just depends on the day for him. Sometimes he might have tossed that up to Row G. But for a rookie, young guy, it might not be a bad thing. Just keep it out. You get another play, better than throwing it into double or triple coverage. And huge hit there. But did he catch that? And he did. Oh no, but he took a. That's not good. He took a major hit there, and it looks like Cohen is down on the turf. He's not getting up.
Yeah, and that's an absolute disaster right there. You gotta hope he's gonna come back. So I've lost both of my running backs, and but
oh really? I didn't know that.
You didn't hear? Yeah.
No, I didn't. Yeah. I didn't know that. No, I didn't know you did that.
Oh yeah, both Phillip and CMC are hurt.
Okay.
But but can't, not having your starting quarterback and your starting running back, that's almost impossible to overcome.
For sure. Yeah, and I don't recall any of your running backs ever getting hurt. So I'm just it's a huge surprise to me. I'm really sorry to hear that.
I have XCFL officials looking into whether or not your guy had a knife on him. We're gonna find out if this shoulder injury is legit.
I can neither confirm nor deny these allegations. It's all hearsay.
I got my guy Ace on the. He's looking into it.
All right. Yeah. Who is it? Old Sean White, the Browns user. He swears that my corners carry little shanks on them, and whenever we're playing, and shoot, man, that might be a strategy that the Redskins want to pick up. They just keep getting torched by this guy Goss.
Yeah, this is about to be an absolutely huge play. Goss goes up and gets it, and 6'6", and as good as he is now, it doesn't matter what your no-fly zone's going to do there, because Goss is going to fly right over the top of it, and he goes and gets those balls. And right now, Tosh, 20 seconds left. Can he score? If he does, we got ourselves a game.
We got a whole different game, because if he can come out in halftime, he's got the ball. So, I mean, this game, and another huge play by the young fella. Big play by Goss. Just goes and gets that high pass.
What an absolute snag by Goss. And hey, like we said, you got the big guy, 6'6". He just threw that up there and let Goss go get it. And right now, if you told me that Finney'd have a touchdown pass and they'd have a 10-3 lead with 16 seconds left in the half, I'd tell you you're crazy. This is going all Tosh's way right now.
Kicking it out of the end zone for a touchback. With 16 seconds left, surely you just kneel it and take it out, right?
I wouldn't be shocked to see him, go maybe 4 or 5, 4 wide here and try to run the football. But it looks like he, I see the big guys on the field, so he might just try to run the clock out.
Wouldn't be a bad call. But he goes to the play action instead. Has a receiver, and he gets out of bounds. Nice play there, down to the 42.
And there's a tight end making a huge play in a playoff game. Cahuste with the catch. Now he's got a chance here. 2 timeouts. He's got 10 seconds. He can get 2 plays in.
Bears making a shift on the line. Has a tight end there. Oh, no. Tough play. Really got away with one there. He's lucky that the DB just decided to swat it instead of trying to go for the pick.
Yeah, he got lucky on that one. That could have been a game changer. We might have been seeing points for Mr. Tosh there.
Rosen hit again as he throws, but can't get the timeout in time, and the clock runs out on this first half of play. What a game we've seen so far, Brian.
I'm shocked that we have a Chicago lead. I think Jack's not playing his type of game. I think he underestimated this Chicago secondary. Thought he could tear them apart, and he hasn't got his ground game going. You're only down 7, so you can go back to what you do. And I'm sure he thought about that at halftime, and he'll go back to the ground game and get himself rolling and make this a little easier on Rosen, because right now Rosen is struggling. He's getting drops. He's missing balls. You got to get back to who you are. You can't lose your identity in these type of games.
Got to keep your composure, absolutely.
That's my specialty right there.
That and neck braces, right? I've heard they're quite fashionable there in Tennessee.
They're coming up, and we had neck brace giveaway a few months ago. It was a big day, and people they love it. They love it.
Oh no! And a first miss on the game for Finney. That was a poorly thrown ball to an open receiver.
Yeah, and there you go again. Finney's gonna miss passes. Shocked not to see Tosh run the ball. But Cohen's back in, which is a good sign. He wasn't too banged up, and let's see him. I'd like to see him get back to the ground here also. But this is who these two teams are.
Definitely, he's a major weapon for this Chicago offense. And he gets a few yards up to the, there's about 2 on the play. Gets it up to the 27, 3rd and 8.
You saw zone there from Jack twice, and is he thinking, maybe I can't, maybe the no-fly zone, he don't want him playing much man. He realizes that these receivers are damn good, and it might be better to make that quarterback make a mistake with having the defense's eyes on him. They can go get some balls in zone instead of just having a run with man.
And speaking of those halftime adjustments, we do have our sideline reporter, Mr. Nick Larson. Nick, how are you doing today, buddy?
What's going on, fellas?
What's up, Nick?
How are you doing, Brian?
I'm doing well, sir. I'm doing well.
Good. Quite the game we got going so far. I spoke with Jack, and this is not what Jack had in mind. He came out firing, which I thought was really weird because he's got such that explosive running game. But I think they both tried to catch each other off guard. Tosh came out throwing the football as well, and with a backup quarterback, and it was kind of impressive. Finney's playing the first half. Other than the interception, he's really put on quite a show, hitting some big passes to both Goss and Lambert.
Most definitely. And one of the surprising, more quiet guys today is that tight end Karstens. He played a huge role against you the last game, and it seems that that's kind of the strength of that Washington secondary is those corners on the receivers. You'd think that he would try to go to the tight end more, but he's finding success hitting those receivers.
Yeah, I think Jack's getting a little aggressive, knowing that there's a backup quarterback playing, and he's sending a lot of blitzes, a lot of man coverage, and he doesn't respect Lambert like he respects like the Brooks or the Rawls, how he plays those guys. So it's interesting to see, but Goss is tearing him apart, which is weird for a tall receiver to tear Jack's secondary apart because Jack's secondary is normally really tall.
Yeah, and Jack just went to the air twice again, and I was shocked. I thought he was going to run it, here in the second half and get back to who he is. But he said in that article that, they didn't really respect the Chicago secondary. And Nick, you've played them. I mean, I think they're one of the best. Maybe not skill-wise, but the things that Tosh does makes it very hard to throw on.
Yeah, he knows what you're going to do before you get out there to do it. I know he's watched all of Jack's film, and Jack got caught sleeping because Tosh showed – I called that play in the chat on YouTube, the in route in the red zone to Goss. It's his high pass every single time, and Jack must have missed that in the film. But Tosh has been on point with all of his calls on defense and is really, kind of stymied Jack. It's been impressive.
Yeah, it has.
I don't
know. You
know.
Can't ask for a better game plan from these Bears.
No, and this is playing right into Tosh's strategy. I mean, this is exactly what he wanted. He wanted, low scoring, ugly, smash mouth. If he gets behind, he could be in trouble. But he's looking good right now.
That home crowd sure a factor right now. You hearing any unruliness down there on the sideline?
No, I mean, I would like to see Tariq Cohen be a little more involved. He changes the Bears' offense completely. I felt 100% confident until I blew the game last night when I knew Cohen wasn't playing because Scarborough and Stone are easy to be contained, where Cohen is. I mean, he's unstoppable in the passing game. I mean, it opens up a bunch of windows for Tosh's passing game when Cohen's playing.
He's so shifty. He's just so hard to catch in the open field. We saw it on another play. Like those bigger backs, they're just kind of easier to get a hand on. Those A tackles seem to grab them.
They fall forward. I wouldn't know about A tackles. I only use hit stick and strip.
Or strip, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm happy Cohen's back, but it does stink not seeing Mook Compton. Jack starting running back because that's what Jack wants to do. He wants to run the football, and I don't think Rosen's that good, and Jack's receivers are very average. But
that is true. That is one of his bigger weaknesses. I did scout out his team, and that was kind of, by my standards and my calculations, I honestly didn't even think the talent was really there in the top 10. I think like talented rosters-wise, I was compiling a list of the top 10 most talented rosters, and offensively, there really isn't much on the vine there.
No, and I think this game's gonna be really low scoring. We might only see 2 more touchdowns the entire game. I said in the chat 21-17 Redskins, but obviously the field goal kind of screwed that one up. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how, because now you're going to start seeing guys. They've kind of felt each other out in the first half. Now you kind of see, you go to not your money plays, but you go to your go-to plays that you might be able to get some completions on, and I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be low scoring, but I think either way, one of these teams is going to the Super Bowl a little shorthanded, and that's kind of a bummer because you want to see best against best. But I mean, it's the same thing for the Titans. I mean, I guess Van's the only one healthy.
Yep.
I hope I didn't just jinx it, but that's
For real.
Well,
Well,
Tosh in their first game, he won 46-44, but he said, he got lit up. He was up 21 in the first half. He
yeah.
got lit up after Jack started going 5 wide, started throwing the football. So, he's going to be prepared for that. And I think this thing's going to just stay low scoring like it is right now.
Yep, they're going to both. I mean, Tosh is going to just run the football, man. He's going to run the football, take what the defense gives him. And I think you'll see him play a lot like Josh did when his starting quarterback was hurt. It's going to be a lot of drags, a lot of slants, halfback angle routes, keeping it short, not even testing those guys like Byram and Fairley. It's not worth it. But I'll let you guys get back to it. Great work, and I'll catch up with you after the game.
thank you, sir, Mr. Larson.
Thank
Hope
you.
you have a great day. We'll see you later.
All right, fellas.
Thanks, Nick.
Rosen's had a nice drive so far. What do you think, Brian?
Yeah, as we were talking there, Rosen a couple completions. He fit one in, and he's got him here in the red zone.
And there it is. Touchdown Redskins. They have tied it up here in the third quarter.
And he got back to running the football. Last time he got close, a bunch of times he had one run. He decided I'm going to run the football there. But, hey, two things. Rosen and him both making, Rosen and the run game there. They turned it on, and now we've got ourselves a game.
R&R, that'll get it done. And we're going to see how this Bears offense decides to attack now that the score has been tied up.
Yeah, I think he's got it. He's still got to run the football. He's got to, he's taking his deep shots. I don't know how many more he's gonna take. I'd like to see him, keep with the under routes and make it easy on Finney. But Jack's got to be expecting that. He's thinking about it. So we'll have a real chess match, which we've had so far, continue into this third and fourth quarter.
This has been a defensive showcase, just like you said. Finney coming out in the gun, making a couple checks at the line. Calls his receiver in motion. Fakes the run. Rolling right. And, almost intercepted. And really bad pass there. He was getting chased down, running for his life.
You hate to see that. He went to bullet that thing in. The accuracy just isn't there. You didn't have time to set your feet on that one, but the lob ball at least gives Lambert a chance to run under it. And again, that's just the inexperience of the rookie, not knowing how to throw that football.
Running with Cohen from the right side, going left. Cohen, and I think he's dropped for a loss on the play. He's on 3rd and 11 for these Bears.
And now you're behind the sticks. Your first down incompletion. You try to run the ball to get ahead of it. You get stopped. So 3rd and 11 is not where you want to be if you're Tosh and Finney in this situation.
Finney coming out in the gun. Looking to pass here on 3rd and long. Nice block by Cohen. Just barely escapes the sack. Throws it in. Almost intercepted again. Really bad read there by Finney.
Yeah, that was awful. But, this is, again, I know, hey, you don't want to run a lot with the quarterback, but we both do it. You got to take off when you have, when you have a 3rd and 11 and you got the opportunity to get a first down. He takes off there. He may still be running. He had he had a lot of green grass and one guy to miss. But he wanted to throw the football, and I don't know if that's game plan or what it is, but you like to see Finney use his legs there.
That just might not be the trust there in the ability of his rookie quarterback. I trust Lamar. If he's got open field, Nah, he gone. He gone. But
Oh,
if
yeah.
you don't and a fumble on the play by the Redskins, lucky to get it. That might be the biggest play of the game for Rosen, jumping on that live football.
I just had a good look at the replay, and I think he would have been, that would have been overturned and he would have been ruled down. But, if that had not been the case and it went back, that would have been that would have been a huge, huge turnover. And the second fumble by a Redskins running back.
King's going to get the rock again, though. He's rushed the ball for 17 times, 43 yards and a touchdown, and added, like you said, 2 fumbles to the game.
Yeah, and then you hate to see that. And like Nick said, you're without your best running back, and this is probably a different strategy by Jack if he had it. But we're seeing the 5 wide look here. He's got all the receivers on the field, and this is what gave Tosh trouble last time.
Rosen dropping back, like you said, in the 5 wide set, trying to hit the crossing route, incomplete on the play. Nice defense there by who else? Mr. Cruikshank.
Mr. Cruikshank, he's a dude, man. He doesn't have the over of some of the other guys, but he just makes plays. He's got acceleration, and he was a guy when I had all those that cap trouble. I just wasn't, I couldn't re-sign. But that was a tough one to let go because he can make all the plays on the field.
As he showed there on a nice pursuit, just couldn't make the play, that receiver.
Yeah, and there you saw it again. A guy behind, Jack was behind the sticks. He was in a 3rd and long, and neither of these teams are built for that.
That's true.
With Finney out, they're just the Bears aren't, and I don't think Rosen in that passing core is built for it either.
Yeah, if Carson, like you said, if Carson was in the roster, I'd say the Bears are built for it with all those weapons on offense. But with that backup quarterback in, like you said, nothing's guaranteed. It's a risk.
Yup, huge risk.
And Stone gets his first handoff of the day. Went left, but he lost a yard.
Now you saw Stone had if I remember correctly, Stone had a big run in the divisional round game, correct?
He did, yes sir. He busted off that was pretty much the nail in the coffin on Nick.
And even though that happened, I'm shocked to see him getting carries with Cohen and Scarborough still available. You would think he'd be sitting on the bench.
Sometimes you just want to ride the hot hand in the playoffs. Some guys, they just show up better than others, and you got to go with it. And there's another wide open guy going right. I don't know who that is. Some other, I guess the 4th string running back coming out on the field.
Yeah, that's wild. So he caught Jack in a blitz, and then blitz, the linebackers were coming, the safety's probably covering Stone there, responsible for him, and he just let Finney throw a 5-yard pass for a 15-yard gain, and that's the best thing you can do with a rookie backup quarterback in a playoff game.
Beautiful read there by Tosh. Just get what you can and let him do the rest. Finney coming out in the gun, hands off, fakes the run to Cohen. Looks like he tries to do a little read option, but couldn't really get much going on the play. Goes down for no gain.
Now, as the resident read option expert, I thought he was, and that's not me, that's you. I thought he was handing the ball off there. What did you see?
Yeah, I think so too. The stream looked like it kind of lagged a little bit. I don't know. It is tough because if you're having offensive trouble sometimes, or connection issues, or if it lags at all, you might not be able to hit A or hold A because it doesn't register. So you end up keeping the ball, and you're like, great, I really wanted to hand it off there, but that's cool. I'll just run it with my quarterback right into the face of 3 tackles. That's perfect.
Yeah, and that's a disaster. That's mad and being mad in there.
For sure. Sometimes there's nothing you can do. You just gotta take it on the chin and keep moving. But we really missed a tough pass there by that rookie quarterback, and then a really nice pass where only his guy Karstens could catch it, but really it didn't matter. Brings up 4th and 4.
Yep, short of the first down, and again, that was a 6-yard completion on 3rd down. But because he's behind the sticks, he wasn't able to get anything with his run on the first, the bad pass on the second, the 6-yard completion doesn't do it. And one of these guys here, on these final few drives has to start getting ahead of the chains because I don't see any big plays happening. So whoever can get that ground game going and get little completions, I think is going to win this game.
It's going to be a field position battle from here on out. Well said. You got the bunch formation on the left side, single back. It's King in the backfield, rolling right. Tries to find a man, but well defended. Brings up 2nd and 10.
And that's a great play by that cornerback. And Jack had he had his tight end crossing there, but he tried to go to third level read and make a big play, and he just wasn't able to fit it in.
It's a risk you got to take. Sometimes you got to go for the big play, and a nice tackle there could have prevented a bigger gain. Brings up a 3rd and 3.
And this is huge. A 7-yard run on 2nd down. Now Jack can be, he can throw the ball short here. He can make a play, that gets him a first and keeps this drive moving.
And that's exactly what Tosh wanted when he got Reuben Foster to be the running mate beside Roquan Smith. He wanted these linebackers to be the center focus of this defense. And there's a big play, a huge stop on 3rd and 3, brings up 4th and 1. That's exactly what they needed, because they wouldn't have had that if Reuben Foster hadn't made that big tackle on 2nd down.
100%. And that was actually the same exact play that Finney completed to his running back for a 1st down on the last drive. Jack went to it, but instead of the man look, he got a zone look, and that cornerback was able to stop him before he got to the 1st. So Jack, probably saw it, likes that play too, and went to it. But didn't get the same defense and didn't get the same result.
Brilliant play there by the Chicago defense. Looked like really well played by Amos, dropping down, trying to cover King out of the backfield.
Yeah, he was sitting in that cover too. He was sitting on that flat, probably playing it underneath, and just came up and made the tackle. It looked like Cohen was taken out of the game there. He went down on the punt the second he caught it. We're like to see what happens here. It looks like somebody in the chat, maybe this is Tosh's brother, saying Cohen's not ready to come back. He's slow on the field. So the training staff is saying, Cohen's not ready to go.
Interesting. We'll see how that progresses as it goes along. And a huge hit and dropped, but the fullback is able to jump on the play, even with the holding. He went down for a loss, huge loss, and dropped the ball right on the turf.
And that is not what you want if you're Tosh. And they must not be listening, because both these guys are throwing the ball on 1st down. They're not getting ahead of the sticks like we want to see them doing. Now you're 2nd and 19 with your rookie quarterback, and he's got to pull some magic here.
He has to. Got to pass here. You got 1 down. You can try and get some of it back with a run, which Tosh is known for doing.
Yeah,
and
we'll
making
see
a check
what he
at the line.
decides.
Yep. Making lots of checks. Finney either likes what he sees or doesn't like what he sees. There's no in between there. And there was another play. He had a wide open lane up the middle.
Yeah, and he just didn't take off. I think he was looking for his in route to come open, and it might have if he had another second. But in that situation, hey, you got to feel the pass rush, take off, get yourself 10, and make it a more manageable 3rd down.
I think you hit it right on the head earlier. It was a brilliant call. You said it is a skill thing, and it's something that it takes time to practice. You can't just overnight figure out how to, feel the pressure and see the lanes and go, That's just something like instinct. Everything inside me was like, here's the lane, you go now. Like, because
exactly.
With Lamar, if the Red Sea parts and you got a guy pursuing, you just freaking fly, you go, you send that crap. I'm sure you feel the same way with DeCiccio. You get what you can get, slide, don't take a hit, and keep going.
Exactly. You got to, DeCicco's about 80 speed. You got to take advantage of those situations. And, that's I guess we'll see that in a sec.
Yeah, Finney rolling left. And was that out of bounds? It was. Sure enough, brings up a 4th and 2. And he's going to punt.
Now, Tosh, I like how he set his feet on that play. He didn't do that on the run.
Maybe he's listening. Maybe he took some of your advice.
Yeah, but, hey, right now, you're going to have to get a stop here and hope hope that you get the ball back, because if you go down, has all the magic ran out on this 15-1 season. He's made so many big plays late in games, and now you're playing the best of the best, and it's tough to do that.
Especially with a backup quarterback.
Exactly.
Here comes Rosen coming out on the field. King still getting the ball, like you said, gonna try and pound the rock. King gets 5 yards, gets ahead of the sticks.
Yep, and that's what you want to do. He's coming out, and his eye formation, getting everybody tight and just trying to pound it here. It looks like.
Rosen, eye form behind him in the backfield. Taking the snap, looking to pass, fires, huge hit. Drops the ball. Eddie Jackson on the tackle.
Eddie Jackson, he's still kicking, man. He's been in the league for feels like forever. And that's just an absolutely enormous play. So you got 3rd and 5. Can Tosh get another stop here? I'd like to see. Jack might have some magic, might have one of his go-to plays in this situation to get himself a first down.
Rosen coming out in single back. This crowd is crazy. Looking, fires, beautiful touch on the throw. Great catch on the sideline. You can't ask for better.
No, you can't. And Nick's called that defensive play my play, the double, the buzz, have both safeties try to take away those crossing routes. And I like the play call in that situation, but Jack made a great read going to the corner route because there's nobody out there. It's man coverage, and he placed a dime in there.
King looked like he had a lane. Goes down early, ran into his own lineman.
Yep, and here we see, now we're 2nd and 11, and Rosen's got to throw the football.
And you're almost in field goal range here, and if one field goal could win this game. Trying to run out the clock. What are you trying to call here? You gonna run it, or he's passing, and a Bucky Hodges with a little bit of a magical catch there. It just popped up in the air and fell right in his lap.
And it goes back. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And Hodges had a huge drop earlier in the game. He probably could have caught that ball, cleanly. Pops up in the air though, and it just kind of falls into his lap. I think Jack's going to try to burn clock, like you said, though, and he's going to try to make this thing don't let Tosh drive the ball, even if it's for a field goal. Give him as little time as possible. Make him get in the end zone if possible, but even getting in field goal range is going to be tough against this defense with little time remaining.
No doubt. Because if the run is out of the question, he can just sit back and with that great secondary just pretty much play.
Exactly.
Really conservative.
And there's no reason to run. Let the no-fly zone be what it's been for the last 2 years to be the best pass defense in the league.
Well said. Rosen faking the snap, takes it off gives it to King. Looked like he had a lane again, but just can't break that initial contact. And that's where missing your starting running back really hurts.
Yeah, that's just tough. I think he probably breaks that if it's Moo Compton. But hey, right now you're 3rd and 5. You just took another minute off the clock. If you get a first down here, you can win this game and maybe not even give the ball back, or give the ball back with very little time to Tosh.
And would we have expected that it would have been the defense giving up at the end for Tosh?
No.
Nice defensive play there. That corner number 34, we got to figure out his name because he has been all over the field for this Bears unit.
He's had a hell of a game, and we're going to find out who that is right now.
Name is Jared Carey, number 34, 6'1", drafted out of Iowa State, only has 90 speed, 88 man coverage, 87 zone coverage though.
And hey, he's doing a great job of just making plays. Tosh has had a bunch of balls that have been tipped, and he hasn't been able to pick any of them off. Against Nick, he got that one big tipped interception, and he's had now two two drives that Jack has scored on where he's had tips that weren't picked off, and that's he's winning this game if he was able to get those. If they were able to complete those catches for interceptions.
No doubt. Those turnovers are so critical in a defensive battle like this because it gives you great field position, and with conservative offenses like we see on the field today, that's pretty much a guaranteed point. It's guaranteed points every time.
Exactly, and hey, Tosh just went down. He went down. Yeah, and you know what? You got time to run the football. You got all day. And if I'm Tosh, yes, you should play for the win. But right now, the goal is get in field goal range, okay, and give yourself a chance. Don't try to force anything. And I find myself doing that sometimes. You force a ball here late when you don't need to. So we'll see what he does. We'll see if he tries to just keep running or if he'll actually, he'll go for the win here.
And like your game, like with me, a good position to sometimes go to is that tight end. You got a big guy in Karsten, 6'6". Those guys, they love the spotlight.
Yep, and he just hasn't got Karsten involved like he did last week. My tight end had that big catch, in front of Pennell to seal the game for me. It's the guy that's the guy that can help you the most right now. Let your tight end just be your blanket and kind of just get yourself safely into red zone position or into field goal position. So you got the 2-minute warning here. Tosh is probably going to have to start going to the air.
Has to. And with the rookie quarterback, that is never an easy thing to do.
Yeah, no, it's not. But hey, he comes out, he runs the ball. He does that with 3 timeouts, so we'll see what he does. It's 4 down territory, obviously. You got 3rd and 3. I wouldn't be shocked to see him go to the ground again here.
Sure does. It's 3rd and 3, yeah, like you said. Got to get that. Got to get the first and continue the drive. You're on your 30-yard line, so at what point do you start to put the foot to the gas?
I think you got to start doing that now.
He tried to hit his running back out of the backfield. He had him out there wide left. Just couldn't turn around and fire the ball out quick enough.
Nope, and that's the footwork of the young quarterback. He got himself turned around. He just wasn't in position to do what he wanted to do there. So here he got 4th down, and we'll see what he's got up his sleeve.
4th and 9. Absolutely. He's got 3 timeouts, so he does still have a chance at this, even if he doesn't get it. I say you got to go for it. This is absolutely the move. And a dropped pass by who else but the veteran Allen Robinson. He had a terrible drop against the Packers last week. He's just not looking the same as he gets older.
No, he's not. And Nick needs to go talk to him at Thanksgiving when they both go home, because that is just unacceptable. He's now just destroyed Tosh twice here late. You got to catch the football in that situation. Give your guy a chance. You made the throw. Tosh attacked the user there, and he was able to get the ball to him. But Robinson, not clutch.
Not at all. And 3 yards is what separates this Redskins team from a 3rd consecutive Super Bowl appearance. Can they get it done? And they are slammed down for no gain on 2nd and 3. Brings up 3rd and 3. Tosh knew exactly what was coming on that play and sent the blitz.
Now, here it is. Do you run the football? I think you do, but I see a lot of guys pass in this situation and the game through the air. We'll find out what he decides to do.
3rd and 3. Big play. Tries to fight for the first. Did he get it? And it stopped short. 4th and inches. What's the play call here, Brian? What do you go with?
I don't see the field goal kicker running out onto the field. I think he's going to go for it and try to end this game right here and right now.
This is for all the marbles Goal line sets on both sides. All he needs is a few inches. Can they get it done? Goes with the toss right. He has the man, but he misses the tackle.
Oh my Lord. It looks like Tosh thought he was going up the middle. He sent the whole team there and he ran the toss to end the game. What a play call by Jack. Unbelievable.
And the Washington Redskins will advance to their third consecutive Super Bowl. What a game we've seen so far. Congratulations to both of these teams. If either one of you want to come into the chat, we'd love to have you. Love to hear kind of an afterglow for this game while I get set up for the next game, guys. This has been a fantastic showing from both of you. It came down to one final play. Brian, what are some of your takeaways from this game from both of these teams?
Defensive battle, and honestly, like we didn't we didn't know what to expect after the 46-44 game they had in the regular season. But with the backup quarterback and Moot Compton out, the starting running back for the Redskins, it's not shocking that this is what we're getting. And the difference in this one, I think, obviously Carson Wentz being out, but it was both guys. They wanted to throw the football and they didn't have much success at 13-10 game. But the throwing, the lack of success in the air is what killed both of them in that situation. And Jack was the one who got back to who he is. He ran the football. He got into scoring position, kicked the field goal, and then at the end of the game, four runs in a row to seal it. Absolutely incredible stuff by both guys.
The important thing is that we're going to make you better.
Okay, here's how to make butter. Pour 2/3 cup
Looks like we
cold
got
heavy
an
cream.
ad
Snickers
from Twitch
satisfies.
again for some reason.
Twitch loves to throw ads.
It does. Likes to make their money. Yeah, great. Like you said, defensive battle for sure. You can't ask for any more defensive users. Sucks you bring. Thank you, Smooth Grizzly. Sucks you bring Brian on board. Need people above me, not below me. Oh, Smooth, always trying to get those user rank points. Gotta love it.
Hey, the best quality is availability, or whatever the fucking saying is. But you didn't get on it fast enough there, John. But that was an awesome game. You got a feel for Tosh. He wasn't without the starting quarterback. It was too much for him to overcome. Jack, he did it all year without Compton. Even when Compton was hurt a couple times, so it wasn't as big as a loss. But they just, these are two guys that knew each other. They've played each other, and it was a hell of a game that we kind of, we expected to be close, and it was what it was.
Most definitely. I think one of the most underrated parts, like Tosh is actually saying in chat right now, is the injury to Cohen. That was a huge loss. That guy, before he got injured, he was making plays left and right in the passing game, making good blocks. In the running game, just shifty, couldn't be brought down. Losing him on that one passing play over the middle, on a great catch, by the way. I mean, he held on to the football, got walloped, but that might have been the biggest loss all game for them.
Yeah, I think for sure. And he tried to play through it and just couldn't. If you have Cohen, it might be a different story, and that's probably part of the reason. We'd love to hear from him. Is that why he kept going to the air? Just didn't have the trust in Scarborough and Stone to get it done. The injury bug here late in the season, the playoffs, it's unfortunate because with both those guys at full strength, we probably see a 24-21 finish there. But the loss of Cohen was huge, and that's gotta sting for Mr. Tosh.
For sure. That's this tough game. Oh, we do have Coach Jack here with us. Jack, how we doing? Big win, man. Yeah. Okay, good talk.
He's so excited he can't even speak.
He's speechless.
He's
Yeah.
absolutely speechless. Jack, when you get it going, talk about that 4th and inches call. Were you going toss the whole way? Did you audible to it? If you went down the middle, you'd probably get stuffed in that situation from what it looked like. So the toss to end the game on 4th down, that was ballsy.
Thanks, Brian. I thought it was a real good one. I really tried hard. Oh, really? Jack? Okay, that's good to hear.
Great, Jack. Great. Really good.
We do have him in the draft show chat, but oh yeah, got to enable your mic in Discord settings. That is it. Yep, Smooth hit it right on the head. So that might have
I,
been it in the settings. You got to turn it on or allow your phone to do it. But
I was in that same boat yesterday. I had no idea what the hell I was doing trying to get onto this chat. I was pressing buttons and finally, pressed the right one at some point. We'd love to have Tosh in here also find out, I know it's hard to go in after a loss like that and talk about it, but
it really
but
is.
what he thought of Finney, because I thought he played well. You kind of got what you expected. Didn't get help from A-Rob at the end there, and I just like to see what he thought of the young guy.
For sure. And Brian, at any time, if you do need to go get ready for your game, just let me know. I can go ahead and take it.
I got 10 minutes here. I'll wait. Wait till Van messaged me. I'm sure he's lumbering his way home at 25 miles per hour on the car.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Hey Jack, I think I saw a little Mike Green thing, so that might mean you're active. Try talking. Let's see if we can hear you. Okay.
Good talk.
Yeah, good stuff. I mean, his mic looks like it's registering. It doesn't look like I'm hearing anything. Like it's green and.
Yeah, I have the what it looks like to me too. I have the him up in here, and it has little things showing that he's able to talk.
I'm convinced he's speechless. He's blown away right now. He's floored from the moment. He's just shocked.
And for a guy going to his 3rd straight Super Bowl, act like you've been there.
Yeah. How do you feel right now in this moment when you're looking at the one thing holding you back from a primetime interview for the XCFL network is just one small setting. One small setting for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Giant step for Jack.
For Jack, yeah. For Jack kind.
He can play Division 1 football, but he cannot get into the draft show chat.
For real. It's like it's maze. He's trying. It's like a puzzle. He's like It's like he's used all of his brain power trying to beat Tosh. It is not an
tell me
easy
it's working.
thing. Hey,
It's
there
working.
you are.
There we go. I had to turn it on in the regular settings.
Hey, right on.
Do I have to keep this thing pushed down, or is it just push it once and then I can talk?
I mean, it sounds like you should be good. Let's see if you're try to talk without it and see if it goes. Nope. Okay, yeah, you might have to push and hold then.
Okay, yeah, because it says push to talk. I guess I can change that to just voice control.
Yeah, there is a way. There's one of those
Jack.
settings.
Jeez, come on.
Not very technologically savvy. Sorry.
It's all football knowledge. That's what his brain. When God was making brains, he was like, all right, let's just throw all football in there.
Is there a way I could put you guys on speaker?
There should be, yeah, from your phone directly. I think it's
Right.
it would be in the. Let's see.
I showed up. I showed up for my user rank points. That's all I'm here for.
Tosh. Hey.
Can you guys hear me without? I just changed it from push to talk. Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, you're all good.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm just gonna hold that to my ear then.
All right, for our
right,
users who don't recognize his voice, we do have Tosh here, the Bears coach, and we have Jack in the Box,
Good game,
our
Toshi.
Redskins
Good
guy.
game.
That was a fun one for sure.
Yeah, that was. Did you guys expect that to be as low scoring as it was?
Well, I figured that it could be because our games before the last one have been like that, and if nobody got out to a big lead, I figured that it would stay pretty close because nobody's going to try to make that big play to make a mistake.
And that's true. I got to run, guys. Van's ready to go. So AFC Championship's happening. Hell of a game. It was fun to call. Great job, guys.
All
Appreciate
right,
it,
all
Brian. Good
right.
luck, buddy.
Yeah, Jack, take us into the mind of that last play call when you came out in the goal line set. You were like, "I'm going to end this game right now." Were you going middle all the way, or did you make an adjustment at the line?
No, I was running sweep the whole way. I figured that everybody in their right mind would run quarterback sneak there, and that Tosh would know that. But yeah, definitely wasn't going to kick a field goal because that wouldn't have done much for me. Would have either, he would have had to score. He would have had to score a touchdown pretty much either way. I guess he could have tied it to go to overtime. But I thought, like I liked my chances on the sweep. It's a pretty solid play to start out with, even if it's not inches to go, and they're not expecting quarterback sweeps. So I felt pretty good about it, and it worked out for me.
Right on,
Got a little
man.
nervous though when his outside linebacker was, or it might have been his corner, whoever it was played it pretty well. I got pretty
For
nervous.
real. I know I saw that. I was like, he's got a guy there. And I thought for sure he was going to switch to the user and like try and do the A tackle to try and get you like by the ankles. But man,
Right.
the guy, like the CPU just dived like a potato, and it was like, oh man.
Yeah. So, but it was a great game by Tosh. He played well. Unfortunately for him, his quarterback let him down a few times on some of those wide open throws, which, obviously with injuries kind of stink, in the end of the game. But, it was a good game, and, proud to be a part of it.
Right on, man. Yeah, we were talking, me and Brian, before we said one of the hardest, most underrated parts of that game was the injury to Cohen, because Cohen was huge for Tosh. Tosh, would you agree? Losing Cohen was a huge loss there in the middle of the game.
Absolutely. And he caught that ball too, which was quite impressive.
That's true,
yeah,
even with the hit.
Right. And when I saw that he was going to come back in the game, I was, obviously not happy about that. But then when I saw him try to return that punt, felt pretty good about my chances the rest of the way, except for Bo Scarborough and the Stone guy. I don't know his first name, but they're both really good. Yeah, they're both really good backs. So
the Stone
Tosh has
guy
a
with
good team,
giant
man.
stones.
Roquan Smith is unbelievable. He's really good at user controlling that linebacker. So I thought I could sneak a few in behind him, but he was right there and played him well. So he's a good user, man.
For sure, and that was something that really struggled. Finney really struggled down the stretch there. Really kind of showed his age and his rookie. I mean, he showed good promise there at the beginning, threw some really nice throws. That one, the wheel route on the left, and then a corner route on the right. I mean, those throws were not easy.
Oh yeah, and on that first throw, I was definitely down in the dumps after that one, because I was thinking the whole time, if his quarterback can make that throw, I'm going to be in for a long game.
For real.
But luckily my defense didn't play too shabby. They got a couple key turnovers in clutch times and made some big stops. So I was happy with them. And now I'm going to watch this next game. And, I'm hoping that it's Van, just because I don't want to do the same Super Bowl over again. Not that I don't want Brian to win, but it would be fun to play somebody new. I don't know if I've played Van yet. I couldn't get an answer out of him earlier when I asked him. So
he says you own him, so I'm guessing yes. I mean,
maybe, yeah. I guess
yeah,
I don't know. I
maybe.
don't remember playing him.
Apparently, he remembers it more vividly than you, so that might be a good sign.
No doubt. But it was cool. I listened to you guys pretty much the whole game, obviously, because there's nothing else to listen to when you turn off the commentators and the music.
That's true. Yeah.
But no, you guys did a great job. So
appreciate it, Jack, man.
Yep,
Great
absolutely.
game. Awesome, man. Like it was definitely one for the ages. Classic defensive battle. I loved it.
Absolutely. And again, shout out Tosh, man. You played awesome. And
it was a good game.
You'll be back, dude, for sure.
The big thing, I think, looking back, I mean, the pass rush. Like, I got sacked 6 times, and I usually don't get sacked. I mean, and there was a lot, like, it was just quick. Like, had nothing. There's a couple that I was trying to extend the play, but Brian kept yelling at me not running the quarterback. I'm trying to run to the quarterback, but it's like, if you're not used to taking off, like,
it is. Yep.
he might have 86 acceleration, but he takes him like 2 days to start moving.
Yep,
Right.
you're 100% right.
Yeah, so
I tried to spy him most of the game too.
yeah, and he had a spy the whole time. Brian's like, he should have ran. I'm like, dude,
What?
he had a spy. I had like 20 yards to go. Like,
Yeah.
like about wanted to post in there, like, shut up, Brian. There's spies everywhere. It's just I knew when there was going to be cover 4, and I was trying to get that second level, and he just couldn't make the pass. I
Yeah.
think he missed like 4 of them to that second level to Lambert or Goss, and a couple of them he threw in the dirt, and it just
Yeah, Goss is an absolute freak, man.
He is, man. Wild.
Just making my guys look like idiots.
I know, and those guys are good too. That's what's wild. I was
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
man, I mean, he was just mossing him, dude. Freaking
But
Goss.
you'll be back,
Goss him.
Tosh. That was
Gossing him,
too good
yeah.
a team, too good a user, man.
yeah,
All right,
we'll
man.
try to get him next time. We'll try to be healthy.
No doubt. All right, guys, I'm gonna sign off here, but it was a pleasure talking to you guys. And do you guys know if they're broadcasting the Super Bowl, or is that just gonna be a late night? No one cares about game.
That's a great question. I think it really does depend on who goes. I've heard that Brian doesn't really want to go and play another one after this, but we'll just have to see. So, if Van wins, I'm sure he's on Pacific time, so he'll probably want to go ahead and knock it out. But
Awesome.
yeah, me and Nick are gonna broadcast it if Tosh can't do it or whatever. We'll be broadcasting if it's tonight, and if not, then we'll just do it tomorrow.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, take care. Great job, Tosh. Great job to you guys and calling the game. That was awesome.
I appreciate it, Jack. Yeah, good
All
job.
right, guys.
Good job to both
Take
of you
care.
guys. Hell of a game.
All right.
All right, folks. What we will do is we'll go ahead and end this stream because YouTube has a limit on live streams. It cuts it off after 2 hours in the archive, so we want guys to be able to go back and be able to watch the whole show. So I'm going to stop this stream, kick up another one, and I'll post a link in the Discord, or just keep right there if you're on YouTube. Just keep right there on that YouTube account, the XCFL, and we'll be back live with the AFC Championship shortly. Thank you so much, guys, for watching.